So today we will discuss one doubt of one child who is here. So let's see page number 27. It has been written there. There is one example. There has been written here. One resistance has been given here. Okay, there are two resistance, and both the values has been given to us. For example, R1 has been given to us as 100 plus minus 3 ohm. Okay, ohm. This is a sign of ohm, resistance, unit of resistance. And R2 has been given to us how much? R2 is given 200 plus minus 4 ohm. And what we have been asked to do? Two resistors of resistance R1 and R2 values are given there, are connected in series. Okay, first case is in series and second was in parallel. Okay, first or series we have to calculate, and second case is the parallel case. Series in parallel, find the equivalent resistance of the series combination. Okay, so we have studied in series what is the value of equivalent resistance. R is equals to what? If there are two resistors connected in series, we can write R1 plus R2. Okay, and here are the values along with the errors which has been given to us. And you can see that this represent always the actual value. This is the actual value. Okay, that I have told, that I have drawn one format last time when I was teaching in class, when I was explaining the derivation. In that I told that this part shows the actual value and this shows the error corresponding to this individual physical quantity. Similarly, this shows the error corresponding to this individual physical quantity, and this is the actual value. Okay, this error can be in plus, this error can be in minus. But while we have observed that while we add two physical quantities, you can go to the derivation which we have done, the addition of two physical quantities. So how error combines there? So for maximum error, what we can write? We just write down like this: 100 plus minus 3 plus what we need to do, 200 plus minus 4. Today we will be solving questions. Okay, today I have just stopped the theory for a while, and today we will be discussing the questions which are there in NCERT. Is it okay? So R2 is given here. Okay, so we just take into consideration the actual value and we just add up this actual value and we just keep this error at one side. Okay, that's what we do. So 100 plus 200 will be how much? 300. Okay, and now errors are always added. If we are talking about the maximum error, so that in that case what happens, the error will be added. Okay, so this and this error will be added, that is 7. Okay, and this comes out to be the resultant. Okay, R equivalent in series combination. Similarly for parallel combination also we can do. Okay, so for parallel combination, what is the value of equivalent resistance? 1 upon R equivalent is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This is what we know. We have studied in high school. Okay, this we have studied in high school. So R equivalent can be written here. Okay, so for R equivalent, what we can write? This expression, this entire expression can also be written like this: R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Okay, after solving this what we can write. Okay, so from here R equivalent can be calculated, and R equivalent will be what? What will be the value of R1 and R2 for R equivalent? I'm not considering the error here. Right now, I'm not considering the error. Okay, I'm just considering the actual value of R equivalent. So if I'm talking about the actual value of the R equivalent, then obviously what we need to do, we need to take the actual value of R1 also, and we need to take the actual value of R2 also. So according to the above expression which is there, what is the actual value corresponding to R1 and what is the actual value corresponding to R2? So it's 100 and 200. Okay, so what will be R equivalent? 100 into 200 upon 100 plus 200. That's what we can write. So in numerator, what it comes out? It comes out to be, as a result, it comes out to be how much? After solving, you will be getting 66.7. Okay, after solving this much, you will get. It's simple mathematical calculation. And now, according to question, what we need to write? Find the equivalent resistance of a series combination. Okay, we have been asked to calculate the equivalent resistance of series combination. This we have calculated. And second, it says for parallel combination, use for relation R and R has been given for series case. R is equals to R1 plus R2. You can see in your book. And for parallel case, 1 upon R dash, that means the R equivalent. Okay, R equivalent. 1 upon R equivalent is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. This relation is also given there. Okay. So now we have calculated this equivalent value, but corresponding to this equivalent value of equivalent resistance in parallel combination, I am not knowing the error. That what is the error which is coming here? Okay, as this physical quantity has an error inside it, this physical quantity has an error inside it. So this must also have an error inside it, as this equivalent quantity has error inside it in series combination. So this quantity which is in parallel combination should also have some error. Okay. So let's try to see this equation number 2. Name this equation number 2 and name this equation number 1. What will be the value of fractional error in this case? Okay, there may be some fractional value. Okay, there should be some fractional value. Okay, so what will be the fractional error for this type of format? Can please tell me? Is there anyone who can tell me? 1 second. So, can anyone please tell me that what will be the value of fractional error there in this equation? How will you calculate the value of fractional error there? Anyone? Anyone? Students, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell me? Oh, anyone? Akansha, you want to tell? Or Aditya? Hurry up. I'm not having that much of time. So there is one formula which will be used to calculate the fractional error corresponding to this quantity. Okay. So there, if d upon dx of 1 by x is done. Okay. R is any quantity. R is any quantity. Okay. R is any quantity. This we have to differentiate. R1 is any quantity. This we have to differentiate. Similarly, this is also a quantity we have to differentiate. Okay. So this formula of differentiation will be applicable. And if we want to differentiate 1 upon x term, okay, this is same as 1 upon x term. This is same as 1 upon x term. This is same as 1 upon x term. Is it clear till here? So if I am having any such type of the quantity, and if I want to differentiate that quantity with respect to that quantity, so this comes out to be minus 1 upon x into dx. Or this dx stands for, I told you last time, this dx stands for delta x. Okay, this dx also stands for delta x. This shows the fractional change in that quantity. Okay, so this is equals to minus delta x upon x. This you have to learn. This formula you have to learn. This is not given in your book. Okay, so this is the property of the differentiation will be used. So in equation 1, in equation 2, if we use this formula, then what we will be getting? 1 upon r equivalent according to this formula. According to this formula, 1 upon r will be differentiated with respect to r equivalent. Okay, we will do the differentiation on both the sides. Okay, in equation 2, after that you need to write differentiating both the side partially. Okay, so according to this format, if this is differentiated, then what will be getting? We'll be getting this quantity. Okay, so left hand side पे हम equation 2 के क्या लिख सकते हैं? हम ये लिख सकते हैं ना, लिख सकते हैं कि नहीं? According to this format, क्योंकि हमने डिफरेंशिएशन अप्लाई कर दिया, तो फटाफट डायरेक्टली हम देखते हैं. इज इट क्लियर? उसी तरह से सिमिलरली वी कैन राइट लाइक दिस आल्सो, माइनस ऑफ डेल्टा आर 1 अपॉन ये स्क्वायर होगा, दिस इज स्क्वायर. ओके, दिस इज स्क्वायर. सो दिस विल बी आर इक्विवेलेंट का स्क्वायर. सिमिलरली ये क्या हो जाएगा? r1 का स्क्वायर. Similarly, the same format will be used for this also, 1 upon r2 also. Okay, so ये क्या हो जाएगा? Minus delta r2 upon r2 plus. Is it okay? Now you can see that there is one relation which has been written there. In the solved example, there is one relation has been given there, that delta r dash. Just see in your book. It has been written delta r dash upon r dash का square is equals to delta r1 upon r1 का square plus delta r2, okay, plus delta r2 upon r2 का square. Is it there? Is it there or not? You can see it has been given there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this relation is equivalent to that relation which we are getting there in book. Am I right? Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Because this minus will cancel out, and in between only plus will be there. Okay, if we take this common minus, so minus on both the sides will cancel out, and there will be only plus sign. Okay, so instead of writing this in negative, we can write like this also. Now, are we getting this? We are getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now we simply put the required numbers which we are having. We are having r equivalent. So this we are having. So this r1 dash also we are having. Delta r1 also we are having. Error corresponding to r1 we are having. This is equal to 3. Error corresponding to r2 we are having. And r2 we are having. Actual value of the r2 we are having. This is the actual value of r2. Similarly, the actual value of r1 I am having. So if we put this actual value of r equivalent, actual value of all the terms, and the error of all the individual terms, what we can get? We can get this term. Can we get it or not? Can we get it? Hurry up, reply me fast.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after solving this, you can put the values here. Okay. So you will get the r equivalent, and r equivalent error corresponding to this equivalent value, r equivalent value will come out to be how much? Just move and calculate. After calculating, you will get r equivalent is equals to 1.8. Now simply, you know you are having this r equivalent. Now you are having the error corresponding to the r equivalent. So what will be the value of required r equivalent? What will be the value of required r equivalent in case of parallel? Because we have calculated in case of series. We are calculating for parallel case. So this will be the value of which case? Parallel case, and that comes out to be this value 66.7 plus minus what? 1.8. This is the case of parallel case. Now is it okay? That person who is having the doubt, now the doubt is clear, I hope.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay, last time we have discussed something about round off rule, and we have discussed few rules, 1 or 2 rules. But in today's lecture, I will be starting it from the very beginning, and I just want to finish up it in a very brief way, which I have taught in the last lecture. Okay, so first rule says that we were rounding off till 2 significant figures. Okay, till 2 numbers of significant figures we were rounding off. Okay, for example, first example has been significant figures? We better know according to our previous knowledge. It has three number of significant figure, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you want to get till two number of significant figure, that means this number should be eliminated. Am I right? This number should be eliminated. Now, for the elimination, after eliminating 2, what will be there in place of 7? Will it be 7 or will it be something else? So that we need to find out with the help of round off. So according to first rule, we can see that this number which we want to eliminate to get till two number of significant figures is less than 5. Okay, we have decided one parameter that is equals to 5. And with respect to this 5, this 2 is what? Less. Okay. So this number can be written as what? 3.7 because 2 is less than 5. Now the number which is coming just after this decimal will remain what? Unchanged. Okay. The number which is coming after the decimal, if we round off till one number of significant figure, okay, so this number will not change because there is 2 which I am eliminating, which is coming after this 7, and this 2 is less than 5. So according to the rule of round off, if there is any number which we are replacing and it is less than 5, so that number which is preceding that number will not change. That's what I did here. Now, second example, if there is one number, suppose that there is one number 7.6 or 7.8. We have written last time 3.78. So here you can see that 6 which we want to eliminate is greater than 5, which is our parameter. Okay, so now if we replace this 6, the entire term will be what? This term, this 7 term will be increased by 1. Okay, if the number which is replaced is greater than 5, then the number which is preceding that number will increase by what? 1. So if there is 7, now it comes out to be how much? 8. Now the result is 3.8. And we have to calculate the two number of significant figures. So we can see that here is one significant figure and here is also one significant. Okay. Now let's take another example. If there is one number 3.752. Okay, so here you can see, since till here we have to calculate, we have to take these two numbers into account according to our question, because two number of significant figure we have to select. So we need to eliminate this number also, we need to eliminate this number also. Okay, so the number which is coming just after this number, okay, the number which is coming just after this number is equal to 5, which is equal to this parameter. Okay, but what we can see, the number which we need to eliminate is 5, which is equals to our parameter 5, and that number is followed by some number also. इस number के साथ एक number और जुड़ा हुआ है दाहिने हाथ पे, ठीक है, and followed by which number? Followed by non-zero number. So in this case what we will do? भाई ये तो एलिमिनेट हो गए, ठीक है, ये तो एलिमिनेट हो गए, ठीक है, पर इसको हम देखा करेंगे, ध्यान में नहीं रखेंगे. We are not taking account of this number. We are not taking account of this number. We are just taking the account of this number which is equal to the parameter which is 5. So in this case, if there is any number which is equals to 5 after that one digit number, so in that case what we will be doing? We will be increasing that number. Okay, we will be increasing this number by 1. Till here I have explained you last time. So here is 5 which is equal to a parameter and it is followed by one non-zero number. So if we eliminate these two numbers, the results comes out to be 8. That means this number which is coming after this decimal will increase by 1. Okay? Raise your thumbs up. If you are getting me, then raise your thumbs up. Okay, fine. So let's talk about another point in this round off. if some zero number may come. Okay, so in that case, what will be the value? What will be the value in that case? For example, I am writing like this. ओके, सो यहाँ पे तुम क्या देख सकते हो कि क्या आ रहा है, जीरो आ रहा है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे जीरो आ रहा है हमारे इसके बाद, हमारे 5 के बाद, ठीक है, दिस इज द 5 which is our parameter and that is equal to 5 which I have selected. This is the standard parameter and this is equal to that, and after that what is coming, 0 is coming. So in that case what will be the value? In this case you have to look this number which is coming just after the decimal. Okay, this number which is coming after this decimal, क्योंकि इसी नंबर को तो हमें चेंज करना है, this number we have to change. So if this number is odd, okay, if this number is odd, then what will be the result in this case? Similarly, if we are having another example of 3.850, so this 5 is equal to this 5 which is our standard parameter and it has a 0. Okay, it has a 0. That means instead of any non-zero number, 0 is coming. That means it is the same case. It is the same case as we have seen this. But one thing which we can note in this example is that the first digit which was coming after the decimal was odd in this case. But here the first digit which is coming after the decimal is what? Even. So what will be the value in this case? What will be the value in this case? Can anyone please tell me? If
odd will become even, even will become odd.
No, this is not a proper answer. But if there will be some odd number, and that you need to determine that what will be the number after reducing or after eliminating these two numbers, what will be the number at that position. So if this is odd in this case, so this number, if you want to express till two number of significant figure, so in this case what happens, the number which is there, okay, the number which is there will increase by 1. That means it will come down to be how much? 3.8. But if this is a 5 which is equal to our parameter 5 and it is followed by 0, so the number preceding this 5, what will be the value of that number after elimination? Since it is an even number, so in case of even number which is coming just after the decimal, the value of this even number will not change. Okay, the value of this even number will not change. So in this case also what you can write? 3.8. So this is the required value which we want to get. Okay, any doubt? Till here everything is clear. Similarly, if any number this has been given to you, for suppose 2.360 has been given to you, then you can write that what will be the value of 2.360 till two number of significant figure. Since you can see it, 6 is followed by 0. Okay, so in case of 6 you just write 5. Okay, 5 is equal to our parameter 5 and it is followed by 0. Okay, so what will be the value of this number? Since this number seems to be what? It's not even. So in this case what will happen? In this case the number which is coming here will be increased by 1. So it will be 2.4. Similarly, if you take the example of even, for example 2.650 is written here. So if you want to replace these two numbers, if you want to eliminate these two numbers, this 5 is equal to our parameter 5 and it is followed by 0. So what will be this number? This number is even. So if we are replacing or if we are eliminating the two numbers in such case, so 6 will be as it is 6. So the number will be 2.6. Okay. So this was all about round off rule. Okay. Now let's talk something more about that. What will be the case if we do the multiplication of two significant figures, and what will be the case if we do addition or subtraction of two or more than two significant figures. So let's see those examples, okay, and let's try to analyze that how the number of the significant figures are decided in the resultant which comes after the multiplication of two significant figures. Okay, so the number of the significant figures will be decided how? When we subtract two significant figures. The number of the significant figures will be what? In case if we add two significant figures, or if we add four significant figures. Let's try to see now the case of significant figures in addition, subtraction and multiplication.